My name is Jessica Evans. I work as the Shelter Program Manager at Victoria Women's Transition House. I have a diploma from Mount Royal University in Child and Youth Care Counseling. I have my Child and Youth Care degree from UVic, and currently I'm working on my Child and Youth Care Masters through UVic as well. The shelter is an emergency facility for women and children who are fleeing abusive situations. They come in for an up to 30-day stay, and we have room for 18 people at a time, 8 rooms, and they have access to all the essentials here. So it can be food, clothing, bedding, and they can come in with nothing. So while they're here, we provide counseling, advocacy, supportive services. We have community partnerships with local agencies such as Ministry of Social Development and Ministry of Children and Families to work together collaboratively to hopefully have a woman access housing, income, and get back on her feet after 30 days. So a typical day in my current position as the Shelter Program Manager is so much like any child and youth care job in that it's different and complex. And especially in the shelter setting where it's a crisis facility, there's so many things that come up and happen. So a lot of it is in response to what's going on in the shelter and the current resident and the staff needs. So in the morning, I spend my time meeting with staff and we go through what's happening at the shelter. If there's a resident that's needing something in particular, or there's more of a complex situation that we're needing to consult on. And that's one of my primary roles, is to do staff support, consultation, brainstorming around what's going on and seeing how we can better serve and support the clients. I did my 4th year practicum at the Children Who Witness Abuse program over at the community office, and I was working with children aged 4 to 18 doing one-on-one counseling there. So then fast forward a couple years, I did a volunteer project with Children's International Summer Villages, and we did kind of a joint project with some other intercultural associations and did some neat programming in the shelter. And then a couple more years later, I was hired as the children's counselor and did all sorts of work in the shelter, some one-on-one counseling, lots of play, lots of work with the mothers, safety planning, lots of kind of fun one-on-one work. And then after that, I transitioned into my current role as the program manager. First, I think what the Child and Youth Care degree does so well is that it helps you discover and firm up your beliefs, your values. Along with that is my own theoretical framework. So I know what theory informs my practice. It's not that I'm pulling it out of a hat and hoping that it works out. It's that I know actually where it comes from and the history behind that theory even. So especially as a manager, I'm able to provide training or look into training and actually know what theory informs what we're doing and where this is coming from. So the practicums were a great way to get hands-on experience, apply the theory that we were learning in class to practice, and also try out different settings that I didn't have any job experience in. And through that, I actually discovered the field that I really wanted to work in, which was residential. That's how I first connected to group homes, and that's how I connected to Transition House later on, is through those practicums. They're essential for building community relationships with local organizations if you might be new to a city like I was. So my advice to students in the program would be to volunteer, to look into the agencies that you're interested in or don't know much about, even just to pump up your resume a bit. It's really important to get that on there. Also to work, if you're able to, while you're doing your degree, to get that job experience. It's so important. And then to soak up the actual degree, to read those articles, to actually soak them up, because it's so important when you're actually on the job. Though it doesn't seem that you might remember or use those things, they totally pop out, and you'll have this awesome versatile toolkit that you can just pull out, because with child and youth care, you actually are the tool in your work. So to bring those into your own practice is so important. So build yourself up strong and you'll be great.